Hey everyone, welcome to a very special episode of Giant Musties. No, I'm kidding. I usually don't like to look into trailers too much because I don't want to know spoilers, but there's something about the Japanese Godzilla stuff that really grabs a hold of me. The way they take Godzilla so seriously, especially in Shin Godzilla and now what appears to be Godzilla Minus One. I just have to check out this first full-length trailer. So it just released. It sucks living on the eastern side of the United States because now I'm up at almost like 2 o'clock in the morning doing this. I have work tomorrow morning. Let's take a look. Oh! 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 Oh, this is going to give Oppenheimer a run for its money. Okay, maybe not because this is a foreign film and so it probably won't have the same promotion and marketing. Oh my gosh, that moment of seeing Godzilla's hand break through the cloud of smoke and just grab onto a ship. Terrifying. And I love the fact that you have these people on top of the roof of the buildings. The buildings are collapsing. They're all hanging on for their lives as they all fall to their deaths. And to see just like it not cutting away, you're getting to see people plummet to their death. And the Hollywood Godzilla stuff never even gets close to that. So let's break this trailer down a little bit, almost shot by shot. I'm showing some screenshots. I do not want to get copyright infringed by Toho. I've been hit with copyright and had my video taken down. When that first Netflix Godzilla movie came out, I wasn't even monetizing anything on my videos, and I still got flagged. So I don't understand how I could get in trouble just for showing the trailer, but I'm not making that mistake again. One of the first things you'll notice about this trailer, they definitely reuse, I think, all the shots from the original teaser trailer. And one of the first shots that they show in this is, of course, that little girl in the red dress who's lost in the crowd. I do like that moment. It calls back to the 1954 movie where we see a mother and her, what appears like 3 children, I believe. And they are all stranded in a burning Tokyo and they're embracing their death. Next, a giant railroad train car flying through the air and landing on what appears to be another railroad track. One thing that was very unique about Shin Godzilla is that he was practically like an unstoppable zombie. While it was cool that he was unstoppable, he didn't really do much moving until like the very end of the movie when he became a little more active. Compare that to the 1954 Godzilla movie, where on one hand, Godzilla is this lumbering actor in a very heavy tokusatsu costume. So the heavy suit stopped the actor from doing many movements. However, that Godzilla still did a lot. He literally bit a train with his mouth. He flipped over bridges with his hands. He attacked a lot with his tail. This Godzilla Minus One seems to be capturing that. We actually see Godzilla, of course, bite at trains. We see Godzilla apparently using his tail to fling train cars. We cut to some Japanese titles. I unfortunately can't read that. It seems to be crediting some studio with their visual effects. Right after that, we see a smoke cloud, and you see Godzilla's almost shaky head coming through the cloud. You'll notice that Godzilla is hidden behind many clouds in this. Not to say that he's going to be hidden throughout the entire movie, but just that grand reveal moment is going to be a reoccurring thing. Follow that up with the next shot of what appears to be a woman trapped inside a railroad train car. We see the reflection of Godzilla approaching her, just that she is stuck seeing Godzilla approach her. This actually gives me callbacks to the 2014 Godzilla movie. There was the airport scene where Godzilla is approaching the airport. I always had this vision in my head of, people getting on a plane trying to evacuate Hawaii in that scene, and then Godzilla showing up at an airport while everybody's trapped on the plane, and there's so much panic nobody can get off the plane, and they're all just trapped looking out these little windows as Godzilla marches to them and destroys them. Now, unfortunately, in the 2014 movie, we never actually got that. Instead, we immediately got a cutaway scene. We saw something blow up. It looked like one plane blew up at an airport, but we actually didn't get a sense for the people that were inside that plane. We saw people inside the airport as Godzilla's foot came down, and then the scene cut right after Godzilla roared. This, we actually feel the people trapped in their impending doom. I love it. Next, we get a lot of shots from the original teaser trailer of Godzilla just walking through the city and the ground crumbling. Once again, we get a group of people hugging the building as they collapse. Once again, we see that this trailer is not holding back as they literally just show people being crushed under Godzilla's feet. Follow that up with multiple explosions. I could be wrong here, but we see 2 explosions back to back. The second one is clearly Godzilla as everybody stands around and watches Godzilla destroy into a building that explodes. The one before that is some kind of bomb explosion going off. Godzilla might not be involved with this one. As we know, Godzilla Minus One is definitely about Godzilla coming to destroy Japan almost immediately after the United States drops nuclear bombs on Japan. And I believe this one screenshot might be one of the 2 bombs that we, the United States, dropped on Japan, but it's mixed in there to make it look like it's part of Godzilla destroying something. Right after the destruction, we cut to another title card in Japanese. Unfortunately, I have no idea what this one says. But right after that, we get to see the destroyed clock tower, which also happened in the 1954 film. And then another title card. This one actually says from 0 to minus, if this is anything like the other trailer. And then we get to see Godzilla swimming under a battleship, which is definitely a callback to the 2014 Godzilla movie. We get to see a fisherman on a boat. You can see his line casted out across the ocean as he's hooked on something. But realistically, this is probably just a reference to the real-life fishing boat, the Lucky Dragon, which was contaminated by nuclear fallout from the Castle Bravo bomb testing. It was even referenced in the 1954 film. And then we cut to seeing a top-secret U.S. government document implying that apparently, once again, the United States knows something about Godzilla that Japan doesn't know. We've seen that before in Shin Godzilla. We get to see some more naval ship scenes crossing what appears to be Dr. Serizawa giving a speech, and then also on one of these ships. And then we actually get to see the first look at the blue atomic breath as it blows up through a ship into the sky. So blue atomic breath confirmed. Then we see a wrecked, I don't know if it's a naval ship or a tanker ship, something. This might be more modern era. I can't quite tell for sure, but it could also easily be the 1940s still, as far as I know. While there's been so much talk about a time jump, something that's supposed to take place later on, most of this trailer, if not all of it, seems to take place in the 1940s. And then crazy enough, you think you saw something wild with a train car flying through the air. Now you see an entire ship fly across the city. We get another title card, which I can't read. And then we finally get to see Godzilla coming on land. He's coming ashore. It looks like he's storming the beaches of Normandy, getting real World War II vibes with just like all the chaos on the edge of the beach. We get to hear and see Godzilla roar, and Godzilla is burnt to a crisp. Like he has radiation burns all over him. No wonder he's mad. Alright, Musties, maybe I'll have some more thoughts in the future. What are your initial thoughts when you see this trailer? Do you spark any theories in your head? Let me know in the comments below if you have any theories. What was your favorite part of this trailer? How do you think this will stack up compared to like Shin Godzilla? Obviously, it seems like it's going to be a huge success among Godzilla fans. I think it could really pull off well with the general public. The only thing is, I know the general public, especially here in the United States, anything that they see that is dubbed and so that the lips don't match up with the words, it seems like it instantly loses credibility with American audience. Even though this looks epic and like this is what Godzilla should be in the Hollywood movies, I don't expect this to break any box office records or even be that much of a success. It'll probably pull in more money than Shin Godzilla did. That's all the thoughts I have right now. I will give an update video as soon as something comes to my mind. Thanks for watching, Musties.